Wednesday, ladies. So, this week I'm talking about something that is pretty emotional for me. So, when I had my son in October 2018, I just had such a hard time, and I ended up having postpartum depression, which I didn't even realize for about 2.5 months after he was born. So, I want to share today because I struggled with coming out of it so much, and I want to share what really helped me. I would say the top 5 things that really helped me, and these are in no particular order. I just want to say that I think that coming out of something like postpartum depression requires a holistic approach to your mind, body, and spirit. So everything that I share are just a collection of things that really helped me just get out of it, and they may not everything that I did will help you, but I want you to look at, if you're struggling with postpartum depression, to look at all areas of your life. And it takes a lot of effort to improve, but I just want to say that the first step for me was just deciding to fix myself, deciding to work on things, deciding to want to get out of it, because for a while I didn't want to. For a while I just wanted to end things. I was having suicidal thoughts. I just wanted to leave. I wanted to walk away from my son, from my family, and just completely disappear from the life that I knew. So it was really hard. But just that decision to get out of it was the first place. And you don't need to start all these things at once. Start with one thing. Start with one thing that's going to make you feel slightly better. Start with one thing that resonates with you, and then slowly start adding more and start adding more. So that's just how I want to start, so that you know that it doesn't have to be everything at once, because that can be super overwhelming, especially when you don't want to do things, especially when you're in that place of just not wanting to do anything. This can feel like a lot. So just keep in mind, take it at your own pace. It's okay if it's slow. And recovery, this is one thing that my therapist told me, recovery is not linear. And I personally thought it would be. I'm typically a very logical thinker. I'm a Virgo. I'm a very logical, or I used to think I was logical, learning more that I'm not all the time. But I thought it would be perfect. I thought I would just start getting better and I wouldn't have any backfalls or downfalls, but I did. I would get better, and then I would have some episodes and I would fall back, but I just kept getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Without further ado, these are the 5 things that I think helped me the most. So again, no particular order. So the first thing was to start going to therapy. And I know that a lot of people think that there is a stigma around going to therapy. I personally did not have a problem with it. I knew it was going to help me, and I did not feel shamed about going. But that was my first step, to just talk to someone who knows how to deal with depression and postpartum depression. And therapy helped me so much. Just having someone to talk to who understand what I was going through and who could ask me the right questions and lead me through some exercises that would really help. And one of the biggest exercises that helped me, and personally I think that a lot of my postpartum depression was due to the fact that my son was unexpected. I didn't know I was going to get pregnant, and it hit me, and I thought motherhood was just the end of the world. I thought I wouldn't be able to do anything I wanted to do. So one exercise that really helped me was taking a look at a timeline of my life and having my son right in the middle, putting everything that happened before, everything that happened after that felt significant to me, and working through each experience and whether it was positive or negative, and seeing how that affected me, and looking at the pros and cons of motherhood, and how motherhood, even though I thought for a long time that it was a bad thing, I thought it was detrimental to my goals, I started to realize that motherhood has actually taught me so much. Motherhood actually was a huge growth experience for me, and I actually think that now it was a catalyst for me, and it actually made my life better. Not really even just because now I have a son, although I love the shit out of him, more because it was such a hard experience, and I had to grow and learn so much that I'm so much more capable now, and so much more conscious now than I ever was. So that's the first one, is going to therapy. So the next one is that I had to work on getting my body healthier. So birth can be traumatic, and pregnancy is a lot on your body. And so I just started to go back to the gym, doing slow movements recommended by my pelvic floor therapist, and doing the recommended exercise. And I started walking. I never started running until I was about 9 months postpartum. So I took it very slow, took care of my body. I focused on eating healthier foods. I did not go on a diet. I just focused on eating foods that I know make me feel good. Vegetables and salads, of course, and healthy proteins and healthy carbs. But I also know that it's important to have ice cream. It's important to have pizza or whatever foods that you love that are bad. It's important to incorporate everything, because, at least for me personally, restricting is not good for my happiness. Restricting is not good for my soul. So I found a way to incorporate all of it and to just focus on how I wanted to feel healthier, how I wanted to feel stronger, and that really helped me the most. So number 2 is improving your physical health. Then number 3 was sharing everything that I was going through online publicly. Now, this is not something that you have to do, but I found that the more I shared and the more that I was able to open it up about what I was experiencing, I was able to connect with other women. Like, I was able to experience connection with moms who've gone through the same thing, and that alone, just chatting with them about our hardships, was so helpful, because depression is one thing, but depression when you have a small child to take care of who completely depends on you is just another layer of difficulty. So just sharing publicly and getting it out was so helpful. So to piggyback off that one is sharing and connecting with other moms, is writing. I just wrote everything to get it out. So whether or not you share publicly, you don't have to do that if you're not comfortable, but just writing everything. I wrote out all my feelings. I wrote out every experience that I was ashamed of, whether it was like massive arguments with my partner or experiences of me just laying in the shower for an hour crying and wishing that I wasn't here anymore. Writing about that, getting it out of my body, getting it out of my head was super helpful. It felt like I was just releasing so much, and that was just very helpful to just get it all out. So I really recommend that you, whether you have a journal, whether you just, even if you just like talk out loud to yourself or something, somehow just get out those experiences that you feel guilty or shameful about. Just get it out, talk it out, write it down, whatever. And it can be by yourself. You don't have to talk it out to someone or anything, but I just found that was super helpful for me. And so that's number 4, that is writing, getting it out. And then the last one is having daily spiritual practices to just help myself know that there's something more, there's something beyond me, there's something more important, there is a bigger purpose here. This might sound cliche, but it was so helpful for me. I got a tarot deck and I started just working with that every day, pulling a card and just journaling about what was coming up for me with the cards, and doing tarot spreads to just look more inward on myself and how I was gonna get through. And just, it was really helpful, just like seeing where I was and seeing how I could get through and seeing how things were going to improve and trying to imagine a life where I was better. And also crystals. I really got into crystals when I was postpartum, because just having something physical that I could just grab and know that it had a certain energy that was going to help me. I loved having my black onyx bracelet, which is protection and helps you ward off negative energies. That really helped me. I had a moss agate stone, which is really helped me feel grounded and more connected to nature, which again, like, nature has always been healing to me. I grew up in the middle of Vermont with trees everywhere. I remember when I was mad at my parents, I would go for a walk in the woods and I would always feel better and just more peaceful. So those are just a couple stones that I really liked for my postpartum experience. And so I just want to encourage you to, it doesn't have to be tarot, it doesn't have to be crystals, maybe it's an oracle deck, maybe it's just walking around in the woods, but something that's like spiritual or religious, if you believe in a specific religion, or something that you can just connect to know that there's something out there, there's something more, there's something better that wants the best for you. There's something higher that wants more for you, wants the best for you, and to find ways to connect with that, whether it's nature, a religion, spirituality, I don't care what it is, but just connecting with something bigger. So that's the last one, spirituality, having practices that you implement every day. And I think that's the key for me, or was the key for me, and I still do it, honestly. But it's just having a everyday way to connect with something bigger. So to recap, number one was, what the hell was number one? Therapy. Number one was therapy. So find a therapist, just go talk to someone. Number two is sharing it with the public, putting it out there, sharing your experiences and connecting with other moms and people who have been through it. Or going through it at the same time as you. Number three is getting it out, whether it's writing it down or whatever, just getting it out of your body or talking it out or whatever, just sharing your experiences that you feel shameful about. Number four, this is out of order, but whatever. Number four is your physical health. Start working on your physical health, because it is so, so, so important that your body starts to feel better, and that naturally will make your mind feel better too. And then the last one is 5, spirituality. So do something that gets you in touch with your spirituality every day. Okay, so I just want to say, if you are struggling with postpartum depression, please, please talk to someone about it. Or if you want to talk to me about it, I'm so happy to help you, or even just offer an ear to listen to your experiences. So if you want to get in contact with me, you can email me at meredith@shewhocan.com. That is meridith@shewhocan.com. Or you can find me on Instagram at @shewhocan. Please DM me or comment below. I really want to help you if you're struggling with this. So, I know how hard it is. I know that it feels like it's never going to end. I know that it feels like it's never going to get better, but I promise, if you even implement one of these things, it will get better. And it starts with deciding. It starts with just saying, I'm going to try to get better. That's it. Just making a decision. If that's all you do today, saying, I'm going to get better, that's it. That's all that matters, because it will get better. And you need to be here. I don't care. It's not about other people. It's about you. But you have things to offer the world. You are important. It's not about anyone else. It's not about your family, although it would be great for you to stay here because of them. It's about you being amazing and just so important for this world and for yourself. So I just hope that you know that. And again, like, I know how hard it is. Yeah. So I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday, and if you're not, send me a message and I'd love to talk with you. Talk to you next week. Bye.